In today's matchup, we have baked naked wings against lightly dredged and fried wings, and we're gonna see who comes out on top. What is up? Welcome to Transcend the Table. My name is Pete Beck, and I am thrilled to have you in my kitchen. With football season right around the corner, I think it would be irresponsible not to whip up some wings. Whether your team is good or bad or hasn't made the playoffs since 2016, the one thing you can guarantee come football Sunday is good-ass wings. All right, we're gonna start with the naked wings first because they're gonna take a little bit more time. Let's talk about how we can make sure these can get as crispy as possible. Perhaps the biggest thing here is we wanna make sure that the skin is dry. So I have these laying out on paper towels. We're gonna do one last final pat down. Remember, the enemy of crispiness is moisture, so we wanna remove as much of that as possible. We're gonna take our nicely dried wings and we're gonna toss those with some oil. Then go at it with some salt and pepper. Then we're gonna lay these out on a rack on a baking sheet. The rack is huge in terms of crispiness because it makes sure that they're not just sitting in that oil. It allows them to cook from underneath as well. These are gonna go into a 425-degree oven. We're gonna flip them every 20 minutes or so, and we're gonna let those go until they're crispy, about 45 minutes to an hour. Now let's move on to the fried wing. For our fried wings, we had them brining in a combination of buttermilk, pickle juice, and hot sauce for about half hour. Then we're gonna dredge those in flour, potato starch, salt, pepper, paprika, and cayenne. So we wanna make sure we let all that excess liquid roll off of here. Make sure you go wet hand, dry hand, take your time with it. And again, shake that excess flour off. Now we're just gonna let that coating settle for a little bit while that oil is coming up to temp. Then we're gonna fry these up. Heat your frying oil to 325 degrees and carefully add your wings. Remember to lay them away from you to prevent splashback. Try to avoid overcrowding the pot because that can cause the oil temperature to drop and you run the risk of making sad, soggy ass wings. After 5 to 6 minutes, remove to a rack on a baking sheet and heat the oil to 375 degrees for round 2. Add the wings back and fry for a minute or two until golden. If you time it right, the oven-baked wings will be coming out at the same time and they can cool down together. They're gonna be hot as fuck. In the meantime, whip up your favorite wing sauce. I went with a simple buffalo sauce. Now you have everything you need. Let's put these to the test. All right, before we move forward, let's just do a quick little sound comparison. Again, obviously, these are the baked, these are the fried. The color's deceiving, that sounded pretty good. Sound test, I would say, more or less even. So now we're gonna have to move on. I'm gonna have a special guest coming on for the naked unsauced test. All right, so I got a self-proclaimed flat expert. He's gonna perform the comparison before saucing of the flats, baked versus fried. So I'm gonna assume the role of the drum expert, and we'll carry on from there.
Wow, crispiness is apparent immediately. Almost doesn't seem like it needs sauce. Obviously I want the sauce, but if somebody said we didn't have any sauce,
No, I could put these down.
That wouldn't be a problem.
I could put these down naked too.
check that out.
This is our sauce bowl. All right,
So I'm gonna try an oven now, okay.
oven flat. I would say that the fried, more moist, baked more tender. And if you're a health conscious person, I mean, this is great news for the baked option, that it is competing with the fried version. Not to mention that that was brined as well. So Let's sauce them up.
I think we're gonna have to see some sauce.
Okay, let's sauce these up. Okay, we're fully sauced. I think we're ready to just dig in here. So let's do that and let's see what we come up with. Let's eat one more and then come up with some final thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, we've sampled the wings. I think we're ready to make some conclusions. You ready?
I'm ready. I think the situation is very clear, Pete. The oven-baked wings, that's your bell cow back. That's who you can rely on every week to get you yards, win you games. If you're looking for a little sizzle though, a little pizzazz in the passing game, that's where you want to get the fried wings involved. They might show up late to training camp in a hot air balloon with a frozen foot, but when they're on the field, they're turning heads, and I think it's really going to be the star of the show anytime that it comes out.
The fried wings are definitely the diva. The oven baked, it doesn't get the credit it deserves, I would say. I wouldn't be mad if I was presented with either one of these wings. Again, if you're a health nut, I personally don't think the calories count on Sundays when football is on, so I mean, I'm probably gonna go with the fried. Who comes out on top at the end of the day here?
I think the fried, I would lean that way as well. I think you're missing out if you don't get yourself involved with the fried wing.
Very well said, Steve-O, but don't take our word on it. Go ahead and do this experiment yourself. I encourage you to form your own opinions on this. Again, I don't think you're gonna have a bad time with either one of these wings. I wanted to leave you with my pick of the year, and this is completely unbiased. I think Giants over 7.5 wins is a lock. How do we wrap this up?
How do we wrap this up?